Hi guys, I'm Faith. If you're new to my channel, I'm an aspiring author, the mom of a 1-year-old, and I'm fighting cancer. Today I am really excited to report that I am halfway through my chemo. 6 down, 6 more to go. I don't really count it as being done until I get over the hump of the symptoms, and now I'm over that hump. It's a week past when I got the chemotherapy, and I'm feeling pretty good, and now I have another week to feel good and enjoy before I get my 7th treatment. I'm gonna go over with you how it went this time. So if you saw my chemo vlog, and I apologize for the audio in that vlog, I don't know what was going on with the acoustics in that hospital room. If you watched the vlog, you probably saw that this was the first time that they had difficulty finding a vein. So I've been getting the chemo in my veins every time. I do not have a port. The doctor recommended that I do not get a port because he said that ports can get infected, they could be uncomfortable, they can get clogged. So he said that if we could go directly into the veins, he'd prefer to go that route. So now I'm a little worried about next time if they're gonna have difficulty finding a vein again, because I was getting poked and it did not feel good, and she was feeling all over my arms and she couldn't find a good vein. A couple of my veins already have scar tissue. What happened was that she ended up going into this vein, which was the same vein that I had the time before. I was trying to avoid that. I've been trying to mix it up and use various veins instead of putting too much pressure on one vein, because that's what I did in this vein, and now this vein has scar tissue. So I don't know if this vein is going to be usable again now that I've used it twice in a row. I'll find out at my next treatment, but I didn't have any pain, so that's a good thing. So my symptoms this time. So what ended up happening was around the same time my chemo symptoms kicked in, which is usually a couple days after the chemo, I also unexpectedly got my period, which was really weird because I had just had my period 2 weeks before, and my period wasn't due for another 2 weeks. So that usually doesn't happen to me. So I think that the chemo is messing with my cycles. And people had told me that the chemo could mess with your cycles, and what I had heard was that you might not get your period. Instead, I'm getting the opposite. I'm getting more periods, and it was a pretty intense period. And usually when I get my period, that makes me feel tired and weak and crummy, and the chemo makes me feel tired and weak and crummy. So it was a double whammy, and this period's lasting a long time too. Sorry if this is TMI, I'm just trying to put it all out there. But yeah, so I'm gonna talk to my doctor about it. I mean, I'm sure it's just from the chemo or maybe from the steroids, and I'm not sure. It's just messing with my hormones and my cycles. And I hope I don't get a period every 2 weeks because that's not gonna be fun. I had a lot of fatigue. I think I literally slept 20 out of 24 hours. I just kept sleeping. And when I would sit up, I would just feel like I needed to lay back down and I needed to go to sleep. It was that intense. But it only lasted a few days, and then my energy started coming back. I did get the tingly mouth. I get the tingly mouth every time, but it was pretty mild and only lasted about a day. The other symptom I had, as always, was the stomach pains and the constipation. You know, I'm able to manage it with the Colace and the Senna. I got through it. It's a week past chemo number 6, and I'm feeling good. And if you guys have been watching my videos, you know that after every chemo, I treat myself. So this time I decided to treat myself to something a little different. So as you guys know, I'm an aspiring author, and I've written 3 novels, and so far I haven't caught the attention of a literary agent or a publisher, but I'm working on it. And what I heard is that in order to get noticed by the publishing industry and show them that you're a serious author and you're a professional, what you need is a website. So that's one thing that I haven't done yet. So what I decided to do to treat myself was to buy a website. So I went on Wix.com and I used their software to create a website. And I was nervous about doing this because I've never done anything like this before. I've never created a website, but I was surprised that it really wasn't that difficult. I was able to figure it out on my own without watching any tutorials, and I was able to drag pictures and text and design it the way I liked it, and I was really happy with the way it turned out. I think I'm going to do a little tutorial on how to use Wix because, like I said, I was so surprised with how easy it was, and I feel like other people that maybe want to make a website for a blog or for their business, they might be intimidated, and you really shouldn't be intimidated. It really was very simple to use. So after I created my website, then I had to publish it and I had to buy a domain. So I was really excited that the domain Faith Prince Author was available. You can see this is my main page, and I just have some pictures up here and a little bit about me and my family and my contact info. And down here I have my Twitter, my YouTube, my Instagram links. And then if you go to the About section, you'll see that I wrote a little bit about myself and my goals and what I'm going through right now. And then if you go into more, you could go into either cancer journey or writing tips. And in here I have links to my YouTube videos. So yeah, definitely check it out. Go to faithprinceauthor.com so that way you can look at it more carefully and let me know what you think of my design. I'm really happy with how it came out. I spent a whole day working on this. It probably took me about 8 hours to complete the whole thing, but I was determined that I was going to get it done that day. So I just didn't get up until it was done. That's how I get when I'm writing or when I'm really focused on something. I will just stay up as late as it takes and just keep working until it is done, and then it feels so good to accomplish that. So I'm really excited about this, and I'm taking steps forward in my writing. Hopefully one day be a writing career. Right now I have a different day job that pays the bills, but that would be my dream one day, to make a living off of my passion. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already, so you can watch me kick cancer's butt, watch me chase my dream of becoming a published author, and watch me be a mom to baby Zach. I really appreciate connecting with all of you. Thank you so much for